Hi guys, welcome to Cockroach Choi. My name's Kok Ming. In this episode, we are going to go to a different style of growing. It's called hydroponic. It's not new as such. However, I just want to share with you the experience I've got and how I grow my hydroponic. And the reason for hydroponic is obviously twofold. It's a cleaner way of growing plants, and it's ideal for it's a kitchen or in starting seedlings in the attic, which that's what I do obviously. Now I bought a hydroponic system, a wee tray from IKEA in the sales. This is it here, and it does about 50 seeds. So in in a box, basically all you get is this. You get a seed box, the seed tray, sorry, and you get, obviously this is the, don't know what it is, it's just an internal tray for the roots to go into the water to get tidy. I don't actually know if you actually need it, but I think this thing here sits on top of it if it's falling down, give it some more support. Suppose you give more support, and the water goes in there with your mixture of water and your nutrients, and that's the lid for it obviously. Quite surprisingly, it doesn't come with the medium. I thought, so I mean, I know the tray only cost me £3, which is a bargain obviously, and it stops me carrying all the soil about. So what I've done, I was thinking of buying the rock wool wee things, but it cost about £12 for 50, which is alright. I always can use a sponge, but then that's like plastic and you throw it away and you're polluting the environment. So what I have done is I went to B&Q and had a wee brainstorm, and I found this stuff here, which is slug wool. It's biodegradable, so it's ideal, and I've cut it into strips, into about 6-inch strips. And what I then do is basically put a plant in there, and I roll it up carefully obviously, and plunk it in there. And then once the plants get slightly bigger, I can just pot it all out, pull with the roots and put it in the ground. The wool will degrade as it serves its purpose, and also it probably keeps the slugs away from the base, so it's all win in my books certainly. So that's what I'm going to do, and in the next shot I'll show you the seeds that I've grown and I'll pop it in there, so catch you later. Right, these plants, these wee seedlings are about 9 days old. As you can see, they're about just about an inch, some is an inch, some are slightly less tall. So I'm going to take the stronger ones and move them on to my hydroponic. So what I'm going to do is, what you need to start off, first and foremost, most importantly, is that you make sure that you have a wee spare container just to soak the wool in. Make sure the water is kind of room temperature and not too cold, or else will shock the wee plants. Believe it or not, you can, and they could ultimately kill them. So all I'm going to do is, it should just come out. There we go. Oops. Add some water in there because I think I broke a wee root there actually, just to soften it up. As you can see, the wee plant, you can focus in, it's got a wee true leaf already. And it's got, focus, don't know if you can focus. Yeah. You can see there's wee roots in it already, so what I'm going to do is basically just up to the baby leaf, delicately wrap it around this. Dunk it in some water, just to squish it in a wee bit. And it's alright to actually squeeze there well because the roots are well protected now. Just to do that and plunk it into, as you can see, there. Let's see if we can do the next one without snapping any of the roots. Let's try this one here. That was quite successful. What I'm going to do in the next attempt is probably use gravel. Because unless you wet the sand, I suppose the sand is fine. It's just that you just have to watch that it's not dried out, because if it dries out it gets a bit compacted. So what you want to do is just like with the stones, it doesn't get that compactness. In case I forgot to say, I mean, these are Chinese mustard. They can grow a good size depending on the climate, and it's good for stir fry, soups, and pickling. I don't know if you tried pickling mustard, but it's absolutely divine. Got to give that a go sometime. Now, I went onto eBay, onto IKEA, it's because I go to it all the time. I checked IKEA website and they don't seem to sell this hydroponic. I don't know if it's the time of year maybe, don't know. But I don't seem to supply it anymore. So my suggestion is, if you want to try this, get yourself just a normal seed tray, and then thereafter get a deep gravel tray. The seed trays like that, where you get 40 or 60, and then a deep gravel tray, whereby you can then submerge the tray into the water without the roots getting drowned. The idea is not to have the base. I'm not an expert in hydroponic, and I've only seen it on television, on YouTube and so forth. And I think the idea is when you're wrapping these, or put it into wee little mesh pots, is that you keep that bit of the plant moist, but not submerging water. It's the roots that's submerging water, so that's fine. So what tends to happen is, when these grow slightly bigger, so I'm just taking care not to damage the roots. When as these grow, the roots will grow through the wool, and it will grow downwards into the water. So all you've got submerged, that's constantly submerging water, will be the root. So it shouldn't rot. I heard you can grow chilies onto it. Cucumbers are different when it comes to, like cucumbers and tomato, when it comes to fruiting, you do need to change the fertilizer quantities and nutrients and so forth. But to be honest, I've got green polytunnel, and there's no need for me to do that. Still got some there, but they're quite small. Yes, they're quite small, those ones, so I'll leave them to grow a bit more and then transfer it. So I've got these, got about 20 of them, that's fine. And I've bought this from the internet, it's called Tripart, and this one is for basically vegetables. I mean, you can get ones that's for a mixture with the initial and then you've got the bloom and micro, whatever it is, but this is suitable for vegetables that doesn't need any flowering, so these are fine. And it says in the back of it is the first rooting is 0.2 ml to a litre, and then once the first true leaves comes out it is 0.6 ml, so this is kind of in between, so I'll put in about half a ml, sorry, into per litre into this contraption. This bottle here is about, that's about a litre, half a litre, that's a litre, so that's about 1.2 litres, so that's about 1 ml at least. So 1 ml, if half a teaspoon is 2.5 ml, let's just do about just less than a half of that, just this size here, just less than half, just less than a quarter, so that's about, that'd be too much, but I'll put a bit in there anyway, that's enough. Now, any young plants you don't want to overfeed it when it's young, because it can cause damage later on to them or inhibit their growth. That's half a litre. That's a litre. So probably a quarter of a teaspoon would be accurate enough. And what I'll do is I'll put this in here. Let's just press it down against the wee sieve inside and keep everything else nice and submerged. That's fine. I might add a wee bit more water in there, but that's fine. Right, continuing with the hydroponic, phone turning off, hydroponic kind of topic or methods. I am, and since it is the middle of February, maybe worth considering growing some, what do you call them, spinach. I've got some Asian spinach here, which I've lost a wrapper. They're called dragon tail leaf. They're quite a thicker spinach, good for stir fry, chop it up, it's good for salad as well, but I eat it for stir fry, good for cooking, it doesn't disintegrate like your typical bags of spinach, so give it a try. Now I tend to sow kind of 2 or 3 more than I normally would for spinach, basically because I've got a low germination rate. So what I'm going to do is use the hydroponic tray, the spaces I've got left, and plant it in that before I sow it, before I transplant it back into the polytunnel. So to do that, I'm going to pre-soak them for 36 to 48 hours until I can see the germination starting. So what I do is a wee bit of water, I don't need that much, hydrogen peroxide, and this is 12%, so I use, if you only got 3%, make sure you add accordingly. And because it is 12%, I'm only adding like maybe a couple of mils, which equates to 6 mils if it's 3%. Give it a good swirl and go and get the seeds. Now at the moment I think I only have about maybe 20 spaces, so I won't put that much down. So what we'll do first of all is open up, get a kitchen towel, fold it in half, fold it in a quarter, open it up, and I'm using a tray. Pour some of the water into the kitchen towel, just so it's soaked. Let me show you this when I'm doing this. So I'll pour it down. Got different sizes of seeds, so I don't know if they'll all germinate. I'll try and pick off the bigger ones. Yeah, that will do, I think. I can always put more in later. Throw in a couple more big ones. All you then do is put it over. Throw some more water into it. You see the seeds kind of being translucent through the paper towel. Press it down. Put a lid over it. See, I've still got loads there, so yeah. Wait for 36 to 48 hours and I'll check how it looks like. So, right, these are kohlrabi seeds and cauliflower seeds, which were germinated for 24 hours only. Now, down to DIY making your own hydroponic seed tray. I've got this white piece of plastic which I managed to salvage from the bins, and it's just slightly bigger than my tray, which is about 30 by 20 mil size. So I've outlined the tray onto the masking tape and obviously reduced it. It's a screw coming off, I hate it when that happens. So I've reduced the size of the outline by ½ an inch, just so the tray will sit, the plastic cover will sit in the tray itself. And I've drawn a grid out which is approximately 8 holes across and 5 holes, 5 by 8 holes, so about 40 seedlings I can take. And using a 20 mil hole cutter, I'm going to cut wee holes right across this. I'll just speed this up to let you see the finished product with all the holes being drilled out. After you drill the holes out, just use a bit of sandpaper, just remove any of the bits of plastic about, kind of thing. You can see a lot of plastic down there, so I'll pick those up later on. Hate seeing plastic lying about, certainly. Right, back to my house now. So, or back in my kitchen, should I say. So that's it. You saw me drilling this out. I have now cut this plate out, smoothed it off. As you see from the diagram, I had taken the actual shape of the tray and brought it in by about ½ an inch. This is so when it goes in, fits in quite snugly, as you can see. These spinach, which I explained earlier on how I germinated them using hydrogen peroxide, and basically after 4 to 8 hours, don't you can see that? You can see it just kind of germinating no more. Yeah. I'm going to wrap it in the wool. Oops, just need to try and get this lighting. No, just to brighten it out the outside for once. Right, so I'm going to wrap it in wool, plunk it into the holes, and then fill up the tray with some water with nutrients with that grow thing. So I'll pop in about 2 seedlings per wool. If I don't have enough, then it's not a bad thing, because I can kind of what do you call it, phase it, so I don't need to eat all the vegetable at once, kind of thing. All going to waste. So I'm going to do that now. And oh, hello, I lost you. Here we go. So I'm going to do that now and then show you after it what it looks like. Right, I'll just position it. The seeds are that small, I'm having to use chopsticks. Put your hole in there. I was going to roll it in, but it's probably just easier just to put a wee chopstick, put a wee hole in the thing, and then just carefully lift it out and plunk it in. Like so. And any glasses, because it's that small. Right, in it goes. So I just do this for the rest. And it's a good excuse as well, if you've never used chopsticks, is to learn to use it now. There you go. Or just get a set of tweezers. Probably easier just getting tweezers. Come on. There you go, like so. Now, can you see me? Can I go and focus? Right, obviously this tray is based upon for young seedlings, so I can transplant in about a month's time into under cloche or in a polytunnel for them to grow slightly bigger. If you've got a flat and you want to grow things like this, now you can probably get a windowsill tray, get a bit of polystyrene foam, make slightly bigger holes, and you can get these little mesh pots, which I'll show you a picture just about here, and just plunk it in, and you can put some medium in there, wool or rock wool, and grow your vegetables from your windowsill, and they'll just do the same. All you have to do is make sure you feed it with the right nutrients, i.e. Some hydroponic nutrients like the one I showed you earlier, and it lasts for ages anyway, because you're only putting in a mil at a time, especially the size of them, and obviously the bigger they get, the more nutrients they need. However, it does last a while. Okay, so hope you give this a go. Hope you grow some Chinese vegetables. In the next video, I am going to show you, I mean, a lot of people wonder why when they grow Chinese vegetables, apart from the usual bok choy and choy sum. But the next vegetable I'm going to show you is how to cook it. So join me for that one, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, take care.